So the other day I popped down to Spotlight to get 2 pieces of fabric for some orders that I needed to do, and yeah, I came away with a little bit more than 2 pieces of fabric, so I thought it could be fun for us to go through my haul together and for you to see what I got. So let's start off the haul. So the 2 pieces of fabric that I went to get were these pieces of satin for the teal and navy school scrunchies that I'm doing. I'll pop a picture of one of those up for you so you can see what the finished product looks like. So I got those, but then I discovered that they had a bit of a clearance on, and so I went digging in one of the clearance bins. So what I've got is quite a few pieces of small amounts of fabric, and I've been doing a lot of planning and coming up with ideas for different fabrics that could go well together for different products, because different fabrics have different properties and they work well for different things. So I know, and I can't actually tell you off the top of my head, that I did want some of the broadcloth pistachio, and I think that's for the range of simple box bags that I want to do that would be really good for crochet bags, pencil cases, or makeup bags. So that's what this one is for. I also found some pieces of drill fabric. So this is drill, so we've got a navy and an olive, and these are slightly heavier duty fabrics, and they work really well for things like tote bags. And I have an idea on a tote bag that I would like to make. It's come about from thinking around what my daughter needs for school this year, and the fact that she is doing some activities after school that will require her to take a change of clothes. And I know from going to the gym myself in years previously that you kind of want a bag for your shoes and different pockets and things like this. So I've got an idea for that. So I was thinking that this would be a really good piece of material for me to test out the idea I've got for the tote bag, because it's a little bit different to what I've seen elsewhere. And from the testing I've done so far, the best fabric to go as lining inside the bags that I'm doing is cotton poplin. And so this was a piece of black and white striped cotton poplin, which neither of these were actually in my planning for colours that I've put together, but I thought they might actually work. And so if I'm going to test, I may as well test with some fabric that I don't hate and could be fun to see together. So watch this space to see if that project comes about. I also came across some other fabrics. So this one here I've seen made into scrunchies before, and it's got a really cool texture to it. It's kind of a seersucker. I don't actually know what it's called, but I just really love the dusty pink with the grey and the textured fabric. So I wanted to see what this would be like sewn into scrunchie. So I grabbed the rest of it because there wasn't much left. And then I came across this linen, and this chocolate is a colour that I would like to include across my different products because it's a colour that seems to be very on trend for the upcoming season. So I've never sewn with a linen like this, and I wanted to see what it was like to turn into a scrunchie. So obviously with the different fabrics performing differently, linen will behave quite differently to the scuba lycra and satin that I've been sewing with. So I'm keen to see how that one turns out. And this one is what is it? Can't even read it to work it out, but it's again another textured one, and it's navy with spots, and I thought it could work, and I thought it was fun to test with it and see whether or not this ends up looking good in a scrunchie. Then I came across this piece. So again, it's the olive, which is one of the, along with the chocolate, is another on-trend colour that I'm looking to bring into my collection, is in different products. And I have sewn a box bag out of the black version of this. So that was a box bag with black with what I'm referring to as my lemon drop fabric, which is a really cool fabric with like yellow, black and pale blush watercolor drops. So I have some ideas around what I'd like to do for this. This is something I'd like to try for a makeup bag, but a different shape to the box bags that I am doing. So I thought I can play around with that and see how that works. And alongside that, I found this piece of cord. So it's a lovely mint cord, and I have been very intrigued by some little coin purses that I've seen. I've actually got a leatherette one that I've had for a really, really long time, and it's just the right size to be able to put your driver's license or some cards in, or a little bit of cash, any car key, and to be able to go out. Distant past. But it is something I still use because I don't like too much weight in my handbag when I go out these days just to do errands. So these ones have like a little hook, so you can hook them either onto a wristlet or onto a lanyard. And from the research I've been doing, having the really soft fabric against your wrist or in the purse sounds like it's going to be a good way to do the product. So really like this colour. And then I also found in the clearance section this kind of wine colour, which again has it's a soft cord, and these colours, like, they worked for me and they felt very complimentary. So I'd had my eye on another piece of fabric and I couldn't work out what I could use it for, but I thought it was really cool. And then I kind of had my aha moment in the middle of the store, and I went and grabbed some of this. So this is a cotton poplin, and it's got bees on it, and we've got the wine colours coming through. So you can see, you've got a little wineish colour, and then you've got the mint coming through. And then I realised that it would also work with the green velvet quilted fabric that I got. So again, I'm going to be trialing some different products with these, and we'll see how they come up. I've got 4 more things that I got in my little haul. So this one here is a plain seersucker, and I love that word. It is basically a patterned fabric in a light cotton, and I have some purple of this already, and what I've done is I've turned it into a little baby padded bow that my daughter's hooked onto her school bag, and I think they're really cute, and it's something I would probably, even as a grown woman, put on my handbag. So embracing the inner teenager in me, I was wanting to make these into, so I have the pink one and the purple one as little bow bag charms, and I've got some rose gold and some black hardware coming, so we can test those out, and hopefully those they started shipping today, the hardware, so hopefully in a few weeks time I will have these available on my website. Now this is the most boring piece of fabric that I have in my haul, and it's basically a thinner piece of wadding that's fusible, which means that I can put it against fabric, iron it, and it will make it stronger. And so I would like to use this with the cord fabric for the coin bags, to give the coin bags some structure. So this is going to be part of the testing for that. And the very final piece of the equation involves this fabric here, which, as you can see, has bunnies on it, and there might be some eggs there, and there is a specific holiday coming up in April that involves bunnies and eggs, and I've had some ideas around that and some fun things I would like to do to celebrate Easter. So again, I've done some planning and found some different fabrics that I would like to include in that launch for Easter, but I wanted to get one of them just to try out the idea, and make sure it was going to work. The final thing I got, which is exciting for me but not so much for you, is thread snip scissors. So I've got a beautiful, very heavy pair of dressmaking scissors that I use for cutting out fabric when I don't have my rotary cutter to cut things out when I'm cutting something that's not straight. And but they're quite heavy when I'm actually sewing on my sewing machine, so I thought I would try these because I've seen other people using them, and they look quite cool. So I'm looking forward to getting these open and trying them out today. Future me popping in. So the grand total that I spent was $68.94, and I actually managed to save $109.06 on all the fabric that I bought. So I'm pretty stoked with that outcome. Thanks for watching today as I take you through my first fabric haul and talk to you about the different fabrics and the plans I've got for those. I'm really keen to take you through the product planning process that I'm going through in more detail as I get to each of the products, and hopefully you will enjoy that content. Really appreciate you joining me as I take Stitched by Sarah from a hobby to a business. See you soon.